Hey everybody, it's me, the Einstein on Wall Street from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Oh my God, it is a big holiday week. It is, this is episode 9487 of What the Heck's Going On. And then again, you got to say, what the heck's going on? It's absolutely spectacular. Look, we came out of the last week having gone through the absolute roller coaster, right? The most that can happen in any given week of the ups and the downs in this market, right? Obviously, with the Fed day on Wednesday, market sold off huge, right? 1,000 points, closed down 220 handles. We did claw a lot of it back, right? Thursday, we came in, GDP was better. We did rally up in the morning, but then we had a huge sell imbalance for the close, $4 billion, and the market did break in the afternoon, actually turning into negative territory. Last week was one of these weeks where there was so much inventory of shares for sale and to buy within the S&P, rebalance at the end of the week, and obviously an option expiration. So tons of inventory, a lot for sale, and that sort of put some undue pressure on the market. I think that contributed a lot to the bigger than big sell-off that we had on Wednesday, and then we had Friday. So sometimes you have to look back at a day like Wednesday and try and analyze it, right? Was that the beginning of something that's going to be a little more long-term and the market's going to break down, or it was basically a one-off with a bit of an overreaction, right? Irrational enthusiasm around the sell side. And I think that's what it was. And the only reason I could really figure that out is as I look back on Friday. Friday was a great day with all the volatility that we had around the S&P, quadwitch on options and whatnot. We clawed back and turned this market around on Friday afternoon and rallied hard. Once again, we're seeing that today. If you look at this, so we were down most of the morning, right? For no particular reason. It's a Monday. It's holidays. People are off. Tomorrow is a half a day trading day, sort of aborted, and then we've got Christmas, and we will be working here on Thursday and Friday. But we sold off. Intraday price action is super important. We came in the morning, just sort of an anemic thing, nothing in particular, right? After a nice weekend, after a crazy week last week, right? But the market reversed midday, and we saw the market rally back. Look at that, how red goes to green, lower left into the upper right. That's important to see. That means that money got put to work. People were waiting to see if the market was going to break, and it didn't break. And there's a buyer, there's an in-tight buyer. That's what we also saw on Wednesday. That yes, look, with all that negativity around the interest rate cuts and the disappointment by the market that we were not getting the 4 cuts we were looking for, yeah, we sold down 1,000, but we're up 28% for the year. Yes, we sold down 220 points on the S&P, but we've broken through 5,000, 6,000, 6,100 in the S&P. So we're flying from a really hard part of this mountain, right? So look, if they really wanted to pound them, there was really deep disappointment, they could have broken them a lot harder than they did. So what does that mean? That means, in my opinion, that you don't have to go down 10% to find buyers. You go down 3% in the eyes of super negative interpretation of what the Fed said. You're not waiting till you get down 10% to find the buyers. The buyers came swooping in big time at down 3%, and we were off to the races. So it's important to note where you come from, where you go, and how the market reacts to price action. Technical analysis. That day on Wednesday, we actually were down 1,000 points. We hit the 65-day moving average on the one-day chart, virtually to the penny, before we ended up reversing. Technicals are the masterpiece. Wall Street Global Trading Academy is an amazing opportunity for anybody out there wanting to learn how to trade this market. My man David Green, come and join us. We got 2025. This is your year, ladies and gentlemen. Wall Street Global Trading Academy. Check out the link in my bio. Come and join us. This is your year. I want you all involved. Trade like Einstein. Money News Network. Nicole Lappin. I am taking over for her. She's on maternity leave. Soon after this, you're going to get to see some wonderful interviews that I did this year. But before I close out for the night, because it's actually my birthday, right? I have been 55 for 10 years. And I'm going out to a theater with my kids, and I really look forward to that. But I'm going to close it out and say that an intraday reversal is significant in a lot of ways. So look at that, right? We were down in the morning. We came back. We ended up getting a massive buy program of $2.4 billion. At around 3 o'clock, and that's really what reversed this market in a beautiful way. That means that there's a bid in the market. That means that there is money on the sidelines still. being put to work, that there are a lot of people who have not found the confidence to get involved in this market yet. After all they've been through, waiting for that, that mainstream media singing the songs of the depression and recession and the crashes and dogs and cats living together and all that crazy stuff. At the end of the day, this market has proved, I always say the market's doing what it wants to do. The market shows me what the investment community thinks of what's going on. We've had 7 sell-offs this year, consolidations, no crashes, no crisis. 7 pullbacks, if you want to call them that. Right? We had one in April. We had one in July. And these lasted a day or a week, but not much more than that. And the sell-offs were no more than 7% at most. But in a year, we've got 212 trading days and 58 record high closes. That's crazy. 25% of the days that we traded this year have ended in record highs across the board. Russell, NASDAQ, S&P, and the Dow. That's extraordinary. That could be one of the greatest years of all time. Okay, so when you see an intraday reversal like today, I found out today, and look, I've been here a long time, I did not know that I believe that an actual Santa Claus rally doesn't start, if it's a legitimate one, until the day after Christmas and ends on January 2nd. So Santa Claus still could come to town. Look, at this point, he's an old man. The reindeer have arthritis. They're not schlepping around, flying around New York City that easily like they used to. So still have faith that Santa Claus is coming to town, okay? Just remember, he knows if you've been good or bad. So be good for goodness sake. Have a great night, everybody. I'm out of here. Bing bong. Shotzi, have a great night.